I've really been enjoying Detective Comics since the 1000th issue. Peter J. Tomasi's run has great artwork, good dialogue, a really effective chemistry between Bruce and Damian, but what's interested me most of all about the story so far is the villain, the Arkham Knight, who we now know is none other than Astrid Arkham.
Oh my god, it's him!
I can't believe it.
Damn, I totally didn't see that coming.
Okay, so does anybody actually know this guy?
Nope.
Never met.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was. Of course, none of us did. She's a new character, and I think that was probably the most interesting thing that the storytellers could have done with this arc. A lot of people expected a minor character from earlier in Batman mythology, and their expectations were, subverted, for lack of a better term, when they found out it's a brand new character. And I understand some people were disappointed, but I think this works not just as a way to advance this story of Batman, but also as a piece of mystery fiction in general. A lot of whodunit mysteries have a mysterious villain and a reveal at the end that's often dramatic and meant to make the audience gasp. And it's supposed to be a game with the audience. They can guess who it is, and maybe they're wrong, use the evidence presented in the story, all that fun stuff. It's a fun story. But a lot of times I feel whodunits in some forms of media have gotten pretty predictable. Look back to the Arkham Knight video game. Who else predicted it was Jason Todd before the game told you? Yeah, probably most people who are at all familiar with Batman. Also, I think we should look at some examples from television. The TV show Psych is something that comes to mind here.
I'm Sean Spencer. This is my partner, Gus Silly Pants Jackson.
I actually love this show. It's hilarious. I think it's great. But there is a problem. It's predictable. Most episodes have a whodunit mystery. Sean and Gus, they take a case, they go on a fun adventure, and they find the criminal who committed the crime earlier in the episode. The thing is, though, it often turns out to be the newest character introduced, or someone with the smallest speaking role. And this is in a lot of different crime shows. Law and Order is one, and Sherlock is definitely another. Gosh, I remember the wedding episode, and I was thinking, maybe the photographer did it. He hasn't talked that much. And of course, there's the famous movie Seven, which is a great, incredibly made film directed by David Fincher. There's the photographer, who ends up being Kevin Spacey, John Doe, the killer, and it's the character with the small speaking role, pretty much. It's pretty funny how that worked out. Like, oh, it was that photographer guy. That was a different time in the 90s. But we've advanced since then, and with all these different whodunit mysteries on TV, in literature, and in film, we've been able to predict them a lot better over the years. But of course, there's a simple way to get around this trope, and that's to have the mysterious character turn out to be someone entirely new, and that's the route Detective Comics 1003 took. So allow me to elaborate on why I think this was a great idea. It was just refreshing to see an original character fit into the Arkham Knight's shoes. I really do appreciate when they add new characters to the comic lore. Of course, there's lots and lots of characters and different things they can draw from in the mythology, so sometimes they don't even have to create anything new. So it just shows that they have some creativity. It also became unpredictable in its own right. I know I was probably expecting it to be some character from in older Batman comics, but it's a new character, and they beat my expectations, I gotta say, even if they did just add a new character to do it. Also, having a new character come in as this mysterious villain allows them to have more creative freedom in how they develop the character further and how she evolves in the rest of the story arc, giving her an interesting backstory and things like that, without the expectations or the history of a different character to tie them down. Creating a new character just allows them to have more liberty within the story they're trying to tell. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that I have been getting tired over the years with stories having predictable whodunit exclamations at the end. Not all of them are predictable. Some of them manage to have really interesting explanations and bring up a character that makes total sense and just makes the ending amazing. Of course, just adding a new character isn't a guarantee that the character is going to have good development and storytelling techniques around it going forward. But so far, with how solid the run has been, I really do think that they will have a great new character to add to Batman's Rogues Gallery by the last issue of the arc. I just think this story is a good example of mystery fiction that doesn't have to be tied down by convention. The mysterious character doesn't have to be someone you know. It can be a new character as well. It's a good concept that I think has a place in storytelling. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Thank you so much. I'm just starting off on YouTube, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or criticisms, just let me know down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. Just starting off, so if you got anything to criticize, just let me know, and I'll take care of it. Also, if you're up to date on Detective Comics, let me know how you think the storyline's going down below. We'll have a nice discussion, and I'd definitely love to hear from you. Also, please be sure to subscribe. I'm just starting out, and I'd really appreciate it. And that's all until next time.